I knew the nigga was wearing slides. I knew it. All right, yo. So what it do? It's your boy Moody Star. Back again with another video. Unfortunately, I had to start the video over, but of course, this is a Patreon exclusive. So before you guys get at me, you probably wondering like where I've been, why am I not uploading? Trust and believe, I have been in the lab. Okay. Uh, I've learned from my mistakes. I had to restart my streak. Keep it a bean. I'm not even gonna go into details. Restarted my streak, but this is like the kick that I needed anyway. Granted, I ain't want it for it to be like that, but I went through a 9 day period of being completely sober from everything, and my and this is just I'm just being vulnerable is whatever my cravings, and then also just how I've been still putting out energy and burning energy and doing stuff for people. I felt like a slave that wasn't getting paid, and I wasn't getting no type of vices or anything like that. So it really kind of was messing with my mental. And yeah, a relapse was like a reset. And I also remembered why like I don't like to indulge in you know going crazy in that department. You see what I'm saying? But yeah, I'm back to. I already have my safety plan, my protocol in play, so I feel good about that. This time around though, and that's the thing about it, bro. Sometimes like when you make your biggest mistakes, sometimes like you kind of grow out, and then you have like a bigger or better comeback than ever before. So if you ever go through a relapse or whatever, bro, like don't even worry about it. Don't put too much thought into it, because if you put too much thought into it, you're going to repeat that action. You know what I'm saying? You have to be able to literally move from day to day, not dwelling on mistakes or emotions and shit like that. You feel me? And then when you get to that point, again, when I get to day 9 of being completely sober from everything, that's when I really need to hone in. So I came up with a couple of ways to, keep myself on track and make sure I don't have moments where I feel like I have nothing to do, or I feel like, because I haven't done enough, I feel like I'm not enough, and now I got to search for some type of sexual pleasure based on how I'm feeling. You know what I'm saying? So, my fuck up breeded new content, new downloads. No, I didn't use ChatGPT for none of this shit. All of this shit that you see here, right? Let's see all this back and forth. You got that, this. Oh no, this is some type of grease from somewhere. I don't know. This is actually from like years ago. So this is my to-do list for the week, right? And I came up with, and bro, I ain't gonna lie to you, y'all sleep on being the world's greatest alchemist. Some of y'all are 21, 22, 23. Y'all was born in the era where the cell phone was placed into your hand and you was already on it. Like, you niggas don't be writing and niggas don't be reading. I don't know what the fuck y'all be doing in school, but most of the time I know y'all be on the iPad or some type of computer. But yeah, all of these ideas and stuff, I downloaded. This got some in here too. This is all in one night. Okay? I wrote for about 4 hours straight, because I woke up at 2 o'clock and couldn't go to sleep. I had anxiety and everything, and also I was beating myself up about like my relapse and shit. So what I did, I transmuted my biggest failure into probably like one of my greatest comebacks of all time. Like literally continuing the generational run, right? So what I ended up doing was coming up with different concepts of how like I'm going to utilize my life force energy, utilize the information that I have in my internal world. Because my internal world, listen, when you go through a relapse and shit like that, you think that your internal world is destroyed. It's not. You feel me? It's not destroyed. um you literally can either evolve or devolve. It just depends on your mindset. With that being said, As a Man Thinketh. This book right here. I'm gonna make this be the thumbnail of the video. Well, shit, it's gonna be thinking, but whatever. As a Man Thinketh, right? This book is not too long. I want to say I read this book last year. I don't even think I finished it. I just took notes. I read it last year. None of this shit stuck, bro. Everything that I wrote and stuff at the time, I don't know why. I don't know what type of frequency I was on. Maybe the message just wasn't for me. But I read this book today, the whole book today in one day. And one of the things that I wrote down for my weekly plan was to. I can go over a couple of things. Other stuff I'm gonna keep to myself. Yeah, I plan to read this book every single day. Oh, it's holding it upside down. I plan to read this book every single day until I memorize every single word within this book. Memorize every single concept. The reason why I'm going to do that is because this book is very powerful. It basically talks about how like our external world or like our circumstances doesn't really control us. See, people actually think the outside world controls them, so you have to react to the outside world. Or the outside world is forcing you to do this. The white man don't like me, or this, that, or whatever the case. You think mentally those thoughts, like you got to treat your mind like a garden, right? So like your thoughts thinking that the system is against you or like your external world affects you, like you'll never be in control because you're going to keep reenacting that circumstance. You're gonna let the circumstance get the best of you. Like me, like I said, one of the worst relapses I had in a long time. You feel me? I could have either let that make me spiral out, or I can take back my power and say, you know what, bro, I've done this plenty of times. Let me try something different this time, okay? Because again, I've been on high streaks and stuff, but my nigga, I can't tell you the last time I wrote especially all of this too. You feel me? Last night I was able to get a series of downloads. I'm talking about I'm dropping tears. I'm outside. I had the window open. The tree was talking to me. The tree was moving with me and shit. The shit was spiritual as fuck. Crazy as hell. Like this shit was like a sci-fi ass moment last night, bro. I had music playing, and yes, it was secular music, but it also was music that was still uplifting, and certain words and certain concepts and certain like visuals was popping out to me, and I know that was my higher self trying to talk to me, or God trying to talk to me. So I was like, damn. The first thing that popped in my mind was get money so you could drop a bag on these bitches. Now, not technically bitches, but I'm just saying like get money so you can drop a bag. The Matrix, if you're not financially set, the Matrix literally will try to fuck you. Literally try to fuck you physically. They'll try to fuck you over because when you're broke, you can't produce. When you can't produce, what? You're in a submissive state. You feel me? So people are gonna talk to you crazy. You know, bitches are gonna walk over you. Bitches are gonna fuck you, and then, you know what I'm saying, drain you of your life force energy. Or some bitches may not even let you fuck at all. You see what I'm saying? So get money so you can drop a bag on, making moves throughout the Matrix. Making sure, you know what I'm saying, you stay, you know, just not only just at top, but like just on the point of like having like the Matrix version of the universal respect, because they respect the power of a dollar, right? I'm like, cool. If I get money, well, how? If I'm supposed to get money, how? You feel me? Because I have a YouTube channel, I got a Patreon, but like I said, I've been blackballed. I'm still working to build my way back up. I was listening to another song, the tree did some type of movement, and then it just came to me. Create an ebook. Now, I know I said I was going to drop an ebook before, but like I said, I'm like, dang, bro, how can I last longer on this streak that I'm starting now? And what can I do differently this time that I didn't do before? I didn't start on my ebook. I didn't write. I didn't read. Your your superpower to becoming an alchemist and to becoming like the ruler of your own reality relies on reading and writing. Now, a lot of spiritual people will be like, "Oh, you don't need to read no book. You can't find nothing in no book. You got to go within. The book ain't gonna teach you shit." Bullshit. Anytime you read a book, you're gonna learn more about the matrix because again, this is the world that you live in. You have to understand the system. Some motherfuckers come in here and don't understand the system. You have to learn how to break the codes of the system. So, ebook, right? So I said, after the ebook idea, I'm like, okay, cool. Well, I already had the ebook idea. Another song came out. I don't remember. You don't ask me what songs was playing. Maybe I'll just probably show a playlist later. But after that, something said, get a pen and start writing. Like, start writing right now. The shit was like clear as day in my mind. I'm like, damn, start writing right now. I was like, yeah. The nigga said, yeah, start writing right now, nigga. High yourself. So I'm like, all right, cool, whatever. Um, I go ahead and I grab the pad and whatnot, and I start writing. I put ebook ideas, and the ideas just started. I literally downloaded. You feel me? I came up with about like 40 ebook ideas, and from the 40 ebook ideas, I came up with about 20 rap projects. Because of course I can actually rap. I'm a rapper. You feel me? Well, I'm not a rapper, but I'm a person who's good with words, and I also know what good music sound like, and I know how I've created songs before in the past when I was younger. I didn't know that writing was a superpower. Writing, reading and writing and arithmetic, they weren't playing back in the day. Like, niggas that was born in the 90s, they wasn't playing when they said like you need to learn to read and write and do arithmetic, which is of course math, right? With the cell phones and everything, they took away the ability for people to read and write. Like, yes, you can still read on the phone, and yes, you can still text on the phone. But even if you was to read a text on the phone, there's still so much things on the phone that's gonna distract the mind. You're not even gonna really grasp the concept of certain things unless you're really into a deep meditative state. Then that's when you probably will gain some knowledge. But there's so many notifications and shit that's going on within your phone. Nigga, get a real book. I don't give a fuck what the book is. Try to have some interest in the book and learn how to read the book. Um, so when you start reading, you are actually practicing critical thinking because you have to read, you have to make sure what they trying to say, what the message is. You're doing like multiple things at once while you're reading. Um, after I had after I think I like I said I wrote for about like 4 hours straight. Just ideas was coming to me, the music was playing, and I'm just like, damn, let me write this down. And then, all right, this could be a rap concept. I have an ebook that's coming out. It's called 90s Baby Story. That is also going to be a rap project. You feel me? You heard it here first. The rap project is going to be called 90s Baby Story 1, and it's going to have 6 installments. It's going to be like the Carter type of thing, but then also it's going to be all my projects is going to be concepts and messages. And of course, how the sound is going to be, it's going to sound like everyday music. It's going to sound like some ignorant shit, but it's not. You feel me? So, yeah, y'all be on the lookout for that. Uh, and I'll let you guys know when I'm close to like actually dropping shit out. But basically, the ebooks are gonna be phenomenal because when you learn how to write and when you learn how to like empty your mind and or because basically you're emptying your mind and you're basically organizing energy. The reason why people get stuck in cycles and stuff is because they're walking around with everything on their mind, so their mind gets cluttered. You have to treat your mind like it's a garden. All the negative thoughts, even if you don't consciously know that you're doing, it's like a weed. It's still growing within the garden, and as this weed grows, it stunts the growth of the actual healthy garden. You see what I'm saying? So what you need to do, you feel me, is cut those weeds. You feel me? And if you can get a hold of this book, definitely read this every day. I don't give a damn if you know what it's gonna be, but like, or find a book or some type of text that's going to feed the mind and start reprogramming the mind. Um, I never manifested this fast after a loss, bro. This is the first time after a loss I manifested this fucking fast. I have 30 ebook ideas. Actually, more than that. You feel me? But in one session of me meditating and getting into a state of being creative between 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, um, it was just surreal. You feel me? It was really surreal. So I have a book that's called Hit Different. That's gonna be about my past life as a YN. I was born and raised in Chicago, and I died before I hit the age of 16. So yeah, I'll be on the lookout for that book. And then also, too, part of it's gonna be a whole concept, and then of course it's gonna be a rap project behind Hit Different. So basically, any type of music that you hear me drop, again, this is like this is like kind of like behind the scenes, and I'm also thinking about actually posting this video to YouTube, but I don't know if I will. Maybe I might post the first 10 minutes and shit or whatever, because I don't want like to go into full details as to what I'm gonna be doing. But who knows? Whatever, I don't care. Um, Weird thing about YouTube. Why when I stop posting, I gain subscribers? This shit is weird as fuck. I don't know. I really don't know. I can't understand that shit. But yeah, I probably would just drop this video here first early, and then maybe I'll drop it on YouTube, and then by the time y'all seen this, nigga, I would have been in my writing my third ebook. Okay, but it is what it is. So basically, bro, I found like a gateway to success. If I produce 50 ebooks, sell them at $10 a piece, and if I know at least 2,000, 3,000 people, do the math. Niggas gonna make money. Um, but it's not about the money though, because money really don't mean shit if you can't control your thoughts. You know what I'm saying? Because you can attract, like, you can make as much money as possible, but like, are you going to blow it on dumb shit? You know what I'm saying? Because you're emotionally unstable or your mind is cluttered, so you're not even gonna invest this money the right way. Before you know it, you're like, damn man, I just had a $2,000 check and all that shit is gone within 3 hours. You know what I'm saying? So I think this whole from learning from the relapse and everything, like, literally, I learned so much about just how to govern oneself and just understand, like, a person's failures, and then also try to figure out what in everybody's failure, you're always looking for something specifically. And sometimes when you look in certain places where you're not supposed to be in, that atmosphere or that circumstance, yeah, it doesn't really align up with your frequency. You feel me? So you're in a compromising state. So read this book, bro, because some of the stuff that I'm talking about, they broke it down, and maybe like I'll make a video breaking this down. But like I said, I'm going to learn this shit word for word. I'm literally gonna program my mind, and also if I want to stay sober, um, reading and writing is time consuming as fuck. When you smoke weed, um, when you're drinking, when you do any type of drug, bro, it takes time. It kills time. You feel me? And to be honest, niggas really don't have time, especially if niggas ain't where they want to be. You definitely don't have time to be smoking, drinking, and doing none of that shit at all. You know what I'm saying? And maybe because you haven't manifested, you're like, man, shit, I'm just gonna smoke to numb the pain. And I get it. It's cool. I know you try to numb the pain and shit, but the shit ain't going nowhere. As soon as the high wears off, you're gonna try to seek it again. So instead of seeking that, instead of chasing a high, why aren't you chasing your dreams? You know what I'm saying? If you could spend energy to chase, why not? Like, you feel me? So yeah. again, I learned so much within one night. It was just kind of mind blowing. So, and then also too, in my weekly plan, I plan to dissect and read different books for different days. I was blessed enough to have these books laying around the house. I didn't realize how intelligent my dad actually is. You know what I'm saying? This is Christ's Hope for Peter, our hope. Now, I ain't read this shit yet. And you already could tell. I don't know who the fuck that nigga is. I don't know who that is, bro. Who the fuck that's supposed to be, blood? This shit look like that nigga look like a motherfucker from goddamn uh bass fishing and pro. They really be fucking me up when they have this depiction. And again, I'm not racist or anything, but like, damn, bro, y'all niggas just don't care. But yeah, I'm still gonna read the book. Any book. Oh, I also plan to read all holy texts. I don't know why I said it like that. Any, the Holy Bible, the Quran, anything that is considered like religious stuff, I'm going to read. I'm going to read. I'm going to study, and I'm going to write out my thoughts. I'm going to write out how I feel about what I read. That's how I'm able to learn and make the information stick. You know what I'm saying? When you write, like literally write your own words, first of all, you're gonna realize that you don't know how to spell. Nigga, the first 2-3 minutes of me writing, I'm like, nigga, how the fuck? Nigga, I seen the word gigantic in the book. I'm like, I don't usually see the word gigantic. Like, nigga, how often do motherfuckers spell out the word gigantic? You know what I'm saying? So I realized how, like, just by reading and writing, it alleviates anxiety. You have more clarity. You power up. You have more power over like how you articulate yourself. You become way more intelligent, and you become like kind of dangerous, nigga, because you know who shapes and molds our realities. The people who shape and mold our realities are people who are composers, producers, artists, writers, songwriters. These motherfuckers use their internal energy from their internal world, their internal universe. They bring the ideas to life by composing and writing, literally just organizing energy, putting on a piece of paper. That's the first form of meditation. Or, you know, back in the days, the nigga we used to put on the wall. Nigga, we was really in tune. Like, we didn't need papers and shit. Unless it was like a scroll or some shit. But like, basically, that is the most powerfulest way to manifest your reality. Like, you literally are the author of your own reality. Now, if you don't actually write, then AI, social media, and all these other external beings and places will write your story for you. This is the reason why, like me personally, I've been in shit. I've been in so much fuck shit in my life that I knew it wasn't supposed to be. But the only reason why I even ended up there was because I neglect the fact that I didn't write out my story. I didn't write out my week. I didn't write out my day. If you move aimlessly, guess what? When you are idle, or like even if you're not trying, or you're giving up, or you're sleeping in when you know you're supposed to get up and do your push-ups and do that. When you do that, that actually becomes a vice. So that means in some strange way you actually still get addicted to the struggle. That's a vice that is taken away from you. You get what I'm saying? So I will admit, even though I was on a high streak, I still wasn't doing enough. I was not doing it. I literally was. I was lazy. I was lazy, complacent, and then I still was a little frustrated too, because I'm like, nigga, I'm trying to manifest money right now, nigga. Like, I'm broke as shit, nigga. I ain't got shit. You feel me? And I think I stopped looking at the instant gratification. I stopped looking at like, you know, the fact that like, damn, I need to get this now. I need to get this now. I'm like, Well, what did work? Like when I look back on my life and I manifested, it's because I wrote. My YouTube channel wouldn't be my YouTube channel if I didn't write my first podcast episode. Like right now, if you go on Apple Podcasts, you type in Moody Star Podcast Show, it's gonna pop up that I have podcasts since 2020. Those podcasts are the reason why my YouTube eventually got monetized. I started out writing out every podcast episode organically. I didn't use ChatGPT or none of that shit. ChatGPT then wasn't even out there. Wasn't even out back then. I literally wrote it. I came up with my own concept and my own structure that helped me to articulate myself. And after I started doing that, that's when I was like, cool, I have more confidence being on the camera and talking. So basically, bro, um, I started accessing just different parts of my superpowers, and bro, you have the same ability to articulate yourself, the same ability to write, the same ability to read. When I read As a Man Thinketh, I was listening to music simultaneously. I ain't never done that shit before ever in my life. If I'm reading something, it needs to be quiet. I need to focus so I can. If I mean, I still might do that, but I think the real reason why I hesitated to read and write is because that shit's not fun unless you make it fun. Now, again, something clicked where when I was listening to music and I'm reading this book, I figured out a way how to use the music to my advantage because every time I hear a certain song, I'm going to think about the book that I was reading. Certain words and certain phrases, it'll just start to stick in my mind. Simultaneously, if you can listen to music while reading a book, and especially if the music is like uplifting, yeah, bro, you like you nigga. Sooner or later, they're gonna have a new word for Riz, and that's what you gonna have, pretty much. It's not even Riz, it's not even game. It's gonna be something way higher than that, you know. Um, so yeah, man, keep in mind that like if you really want to change, if you really want to manifest, start writing, start start writing, start reading. The more you read stuff that you're interested, is the more that your eyes will be open, especially your third eye. It'll be open to breaking down a lot of the matrix. Because when I went for a walk today, I'm looking at different signs and shit. I'm like, damn, I didn't even realize it said that. Like, mind you, I exercised myself. It took me maybe about an hour and a half, 2 hours at the most to read this book. Cause like I said, it's not a long book, but it's very powerful, very powerful, bro. So with that being said, since I started writing, and since now, like again, I'm not gonna smoke or do none of that dumb shit because I folded. Um, I got my notepads, I got my books and shit. This is my new marijuana. This is my new chase for sex. It's in a book form and pen form. And this is how you transmute the energy. You quite literally will transmute that energy into this. This this is laying the foundation of getting money, getting bitches, getting all type of shit, nigga. On your time. Nigga, we out here. Nigga, what's up, nigga? You feel me? Niggas is plugged in. It do hit different though. I got a whole ebook that's called Hit Different. I got a whole project that's gonna be called Hit Different. You know what I'm saying? Nigga, I feel like Black Youngster with the money on the phone with the money, nigga. Like right now, you get on the phone with nigga. This is the new way to flex. This is the new way to flex, bro. Read and write. Reading and writing is a lost form. It's a lost act. Like motherfuckers only do this shit because they have to. You have to make this shit be a passion. You don't necessarily have to become like a professional reader or writer. But if you want to manifest your life, nigga, you actually got to write it out. And then get on the phone, answer the call, and then boom, you're going to get your downloads. You don't need. Now, see, you can use ChatGPT to define words or to, you know what I'm saying, tweak certain stuff. But do that after you done laid down the foundation. And usually any type of AI is programmed by a prompt. So technically, what you write out on a piece of paper, not type, because again, if you try to type in text, it's not going to be the same. It's not going to be the same. But if you write and then say, all right, this is what it is or whatnot, then you will prompt the AI to, you know, fine tune it or whatnot. But what you want to do is like get the most organic part of yourself out there, so that way, you know, you're not tainted by, you know, AI and just modern technology and shit. You feel me? So with that in mind, this is day one. Well, really, tomorrow's really day one, but this is kind of like day one of reading and writing every day. And then also, I'm back on my ab workouts. I'm supposed to be doing 500 reps of each ab workout. So we talking toe touches, we talking crunches, we talking 6 inches, we talking. I wrote it down, but I'll go over it in another video. I was just letting you guys know, like, I've been gone because yeah, I fucked up or whatnot, but this is the fastest I ever came back from the dead, bro. I ain't gonna lie, this is the fastest. I feel so confident. I can't even lie to you, dog, because I see the money. I like the money. The money again. It's not about the money, but it's more so about like just my safety and my protection of my mental health within the matrix. Um, and again, they will strip you of everything, especially if you're a threat. They'll try to strip you of everything. And if you can't produce, if you then basically if you can't produce, then you can't perform. You feel me? So granted, you know, like I said, I just have that resiliency. You know, I'll be tapping into the Most High. I do what I do. But yeah, man, I'm very excited. So y'all stay tuned for a lot of stuff. I might drop some like older content on YouTube, and yeah, y'all just stay tuned, bro. This version of Moody, bro, like, y'all thought y'all learned something before. Nigga, I'm at this shit every day. I'm talking about reading, writing, and studying every day. If a nigga could smoke weed every day, a nigga could read, write, and study every fucking day. Period. If you can smoke weed every day, if you can drink alcohol every day, if you can snort coke every day, if you can do whatever the fuck every day, why not read, write, retain? You get what I'm saying? Why not read, write, and retain? Reading and writing and retaining your energy. Not just sexually, but I'm just saying in general. Retain the energy that you have preserved. That's how you transmute energy. That's how you literally perform magic. Y'all gonna see. I'm telling y'all this shit before it happened. This shit gonna... Nigga. The music itself is going to grab the general populations by... See, some of y'all might see this years after, like, you know, I done planted my seeds. Like, some of y'all may look at me like, damn, bro, like, I didn't even know this nigga was making videos like this. Or like, damn, he talked about this song, he talked about that. Like, damn, it's been out. I told the MGT OGs, bro, I said that you start to live in the future once you retain your energy. Once you start to eat right, fasting. I went 24 hours. That's another thing too. I mainly got all these downloads because I fasted for 24 hours, bro. No food, no salt, no nothing. 24 hours. I didn't eat a goddamn thing. My mind was so clear. it was actually kind of scary of like how much downloads and how much information I was getting. It was crazy. It was crazy. You know what I'm saying? So also, y'all be on the lookout for the Moody Star Podcast Show. I'm gonna keep dropping new episodes. It's faceless content, but I'm gonna need you guys to follow, like, subscribe there too. It's free. If you're on Apple, you can do the Apple Podcast, or if you're on Spotify, I'm gonna start like posting certain questions and stuff. More so, again, the Moody Star Podcast is mainly for Matrix bullshit, but I still keep my esoteric knowledge in there. You see what I'm saying? But I talk about sports, and then I talk about shows that I fuck with, that I resonate with, and then different music that I resonate with. So maybe, like, I'm about to do, like, I already wrote out my first welcome back episode, but maybe episode 2 or 3, I'll go more into detail as how I was able to just get all of these ideas, like literally 30 ebooks in one night. 30 ideas. You know what I'm saying? Now, of course, this is why I'm going to drop this video on Patreon first and eventually on YouTube. But, I have to follow through. I made sure this time around, like, I didn't make no room to let up. Anytime I have free time, I can write. I can read. Niggas don't sit down and read for 2 hours. The average person don't even sit down and read for 2 hours. They might scroll in TikTok and all that dumb shit, but like actually sitting down, getting a book or some shit, the Bible or something, and reading for 2 hours, the average person don't do that. Do you want to be average? No, right? Then niggas start reading. Make sure you walk or run for 2 miles a day. Or if you can walk for 2 miles, 3 miles, 4 miles, do that. And I'm just also I'm speaking like, again, I'm giving you guys advice, but also I'm speaking towards my weaknesses that I have, because I was on a high streak and I'm like, man, I'm good. I'm undefeated. Like, you feel me? But then I think my weakness and my downfall was just not being productive when I had the time. Like sleeping a little bit longer, when you don't do shit consistently and you're in a room, it's not good. It's not. You about to crash out. You about to crash the fuck out. Like, stagnant energy is for real. Now, mind you, I can post one video for the week, because again, I haven't posted in a minute on YouTube, and I'm gaining subscribers. Crazy work. So, we'll see how this shit goes. Like I said again, I'm just taking it one step at a time, one day at a time, and I'm not crying over spilled milk. Because if you do, then it's gonna happen again. So stop crying and read every day. But other than that, bro, if you made it to the end of the video, bro, you the GOAT. Shout out to everybody out there doing what you got to do. Shout out to Patreon. Y'all see it here first. And shout out to the general population. You guys will eventually see this. And when you are seeing this, shout out to you, bro. I appreciate y'all. Y'all stay locked in. MGT, what it do? Your boy, Moody Star, and I'm back again with another video. If you're new, you already know what to do, man. Become a subscriber, like the video, and join MGT. This is a channel where I like to highlight current events and talk about my spiritual walk in this beautiful, fucked up, sideways ass matrix. Now, first of all, I got to say a special shout out to anybody that's holding on to energy going within and being high vibrational here at MGT. This is what we do. We work on ourselves every single day. Intro for the outro. If you made it to the end of the video, like I said, you the GOAT. Stay locked in. Get your pen. You ain't got to be no rapper. You ain't got to be no pastor. You know what I'm saying? Just write your story. You physically and literally need to write your story. Trust. A lot of anxiety, a lot of overthinking will cease to exist. Sometimes you'll be like, damn, I don't know what to write. Nigga, write what comes to your mind. Trust. Until you're able to organize the words and shit, then you'll know how to write and how to do, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, we'll talk more about it. And also to start your ab workout journey. I started, like I said, 500 reps of each set. So minimum, you should be doing like 200 reps a day, minimum, if you want to start to see some results. I started today fairly. Like tomorrow, I'm really going to lock in. But you guys will see some footage of me doing the ab workouts and stuff. You're gonna see it on YouTube and shit. So y'all stay locked in, man. It's your boy Moody Star, aka the Blue Devil, aka Mr. Hit Different. I'm gonna definitely see you guys on the next video. Peace.